So, very good morning to one and all present here. It's the day 4 of our webinar series on the inspiring engineers of JIT. So, basically, the program has been planned to connect the alumni of our institution with the budding engineers of JIT. So, as on the 4th day, we have our chief guest, Mr. K. Sanjeev, who is our alumni of 2010 to 2014 batch from Civil Engineering Department. Just to throw some light on his profile, he did his BE in Civil Engineering from Janssen Institute of Technology and completed in 2014. He got placed in JIT to URC Constructions and Ceasefire Industries. During his tenure at URC Constructions, as a planning engineer, he worked in various construction projects like Ramnatham IT City project by Tata, MRF Tires Perambalur, Ramco Siemens Ariyalur, and Robert Bosch Tirunelveli. Then he went on to work with Chola Constructions for the next 1.5 years. And out of his passion towards entrepreneurship, he started his own company called Green Youth Infra Developers in Tirupur at 2017. And from then onwards, he has completed more than 20 projects to his credits. And my dear students, you were idealizing the cinema heroes. Already told you, they are merely entertainers. Who are the real heroes? The real heroes are the entrepreneurs. Because they ideate one project and they invest or source out funds, and they have to source all those employees required, all those resources required for the project, and has to complete the project, satisfy the customer, and also the main they are 24/7 busy and they are 24/7 free. Nobody is going to give them a timetable. They have to plan their own timetable. So one such hero is Mr. K. Sanjeev, our proud alumni. My heartfelt welcome to Mr. K. Sanjeev for this webinar series. I also welcome our management, principal, HODs, faculty members, and the budding engineers of JIT and their parents to this webinar series. So I don't want to stand between the entrepreneur, Mr. K. Sanjeev, and his juniors. I hand over the session to Mr. K. Sanjeev. It's all yours.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். A very warm good morning to all my juniors, my faculties, GTNs, and for the past 6 to 7 years, they said that it's a multilingual program. So students from Andhra, Kerala, and many have joined. So the conversation should go in English. For the past 6 to 7 years, I have been conversing with my labor teams in Tamil and Hindi. So my vocal skill in English have diminished a bit. So please bear with my English and let me continue the session. The first thing is, let me go with my intro. My name is Sanjeev. Actually, my native is Karur, Kovilpalayam, and my hometown is Tirupur. I started studying in St. Joseph and I joined JIT then. My college were in JIT. Then I completed, and Sir gave the rest of the intro to you. Before coming to college, after finishing 12th itself, I had the idea of becoming a civil engineer, because I always dreamed of an entrepreneur, and that dream can be easily achieved when I join a course of civil engineering. Because in every field, whatever the course we may take, we have a lot of opportunities there. If we do BE civil engineering, we do not have only one choice of becoming an engineer. See, more than 60 to 70 materials we use for a building. So each material we pursue from different team, a different person. So all that material are owned by some entrepreneurs. So if there are 60 to 70 members in your class, think of it. If everyone choose a field and go there, it will be a great success story. And, that's it. A small intro. And about my profession, now I'm running Green Cube Infra Developers, a successful company. I have done projects including hospitals, schools, industries, commercials, and now I'm mainly focusing on residentials. In residential, there are many parts. So now I'm in eco-friendly construction. Mainly, I'm focusing on eco-friendly construction. If the client agrees, so we can reduce the greenhouse effect, like that part. And contact with your friends, even after completing your course, is very much important, because when I have some doubt, because everyone may not know everything, right? So when I have some doubt, I contact my friends for each and everything help, for every helps. And we have a discussion over all the materials that we purchase. So when I want to purchase a cement is a basic material for civil. If I want to purchase a cement, I'll just inquire from the nearby shops and I'll just give him a call. So he will say what is the rate going there, and I will know what is the rate here. So we will make a discussion. Next time I'll go and bargain to my dealer, or I'll say him, you bargain there to your dealer. So why I'm saying this is keep your friendship strong, because I got too many good friends in JIT, and that friendship is still continuing. Not only in friendship, but in business, we are all communicating, and we are all because of our communication, we are making profit in a higher range. So make good friends and good friendship that will always lead to a great success story. So then I have made some notes for you. So let us discuss about it. So don't, first my point is, don't make a decision of your plan after completing college. Make a decision of itself. That will be a better one. Because I want to be this, I want to be that. You start on thinking from now, from the first year itself. And I will let our staffs to know what are the possible things that we have in your field, in civil engineering or mechanical engineering or EEE, whatever may be the concern you are. Now, considering you as a professional, from now on, you think you are a professional. You are not an engineering student, because everyone, including me, including the staffs, including your principal, everyone here are learning something new day by day. So learning is a part. You are a professional, and you are an entrepreneur. Think in that mindset. You are an entrepreneur, you are a professional. So start from now. Whether you want to become an entrepreneur or you want to go to job, that's your wish. Because going to job is nothing less. So whatever may be the profession, you have a clear vision of it. That's what I want to say. The first point that I want to say to you is, grab your opportunity. Whenever an opportunity comes to you, grab a hold of it. Because might be that opportunity might come to you after 10 or 20 years. So whenever an opportunity approaches you, grab a hold of it, or else create your own opportunity. Then make a note. Make a note of everything that you learn new. So because it helps you in many ways. For example, if I do a project, I make a note of all the things that I purchase, the price, from where I purchase, everything. I make a note of it, everything in a diary. So when I go for the next project, I'll know what is the previous project's price where I got it from, what is the discount that I can get further. So making a note of each and everything is really important, and making a note of contacts that you get newly is really, really important in working. So in what you study in college, nearly 50 to 60% of that knowledge you will be using in your field. So make a note of everything that you want, and from the first year, hear to many people, attend many sessions and seminars, see the videos of many successful people, so that you will get inspired, and you can, when you see every new people, you get a new idea and you get a new contact. So creating new contacts and new ideologies is really important at this stage. So as a youngster, we should do what we can to change, to give a change. Next, self-esteem. So always have a self-esteem in yourself, have a belief, a strong belief in yourself. You should boost yourself, and you have a friend circle where they boost yourself, where they boost you. And self-esteem can be developed when you have an environment around you. My inspiration during college days was my lecturer Shanti ma'am. What inspired me more from her? She had a happy face. That's it. That's inspired me. I don't want more or less. Just a happy face. She used to be around the campus with a happy face, and whatever we asked, always Coimbaturians have a similar thing. Coimbatore Kusumbu. She used to answer in that way, and she used to give a smile. So she was my inspiration, and Gracie ma'am, a great inspiration to me. So being with happy face, what he's saying, a simple point, a happy face can change anything. Yes, happy face can change many things. See, when you approach a client, when you approach your lecturer, when you go and approach for an internship, or wherever you go, you have a great smile and a happy face. They will be attracted at your first appearance. Do a neat dressing. So these are some of the things that you should do always. So when you have a happy face, people all around you will be positive. So creating positivity around us is always an important thing that we should do from now. So whatever practice you make for 21 days, that will come till your life. So make a practice, have a happy face always, give a smile when you see someone. So that will change many things, that will inspire many things. This may be out of topic, but this is a real thing that will give you more power when you become an entrepreneur. Next, peace of mind on the profession. My profession is now contractor, and your profession is whatever the course you have chosen. And now we are studying. So there should be a peace of mind in whatever works you do. So when something disturbs your peace of mind, stay away from it. Move away from it for some time. Make a clear view of it. Then set your mind. Setting your mind is the ultimate thing towards anything. So set your mind. Yes, this is wanted. This is wanted for me. I don't want this. I want this. You differentiate it. Set your mind to do everything. So that will be a good habit for you. Next, making a note that I said about it. And what I'm trying to say is, now all of you are engineers. If you want to become an entrepreneur, what I try to say is, I will give an example with civil engineering. Okay, if you are doing civil engineering, maybe first year, second year, or anything, just go for a job. Not for a job. I say go for an internship in the nearby locals. For example, a hardware shop, a paint shop, wherever you get an opportunity. Wood, timbers, interiors, wherever you get an opportunity, just go. just work with them. Okay, but because this is a very good opportunity now, because we are in COVID time, you have an ample of time to spend. Be safe when you go there. Be safe, because every shops are open, everywhere it is open. You just go and converse with them. Let me have an internship with you. You don't want me to pay, because when you ask them to pay, you go into their business, so they will not accept it easily. So you don't ask for pay. You just say, I will work from this time to this time for free to you. You just give me some knowledge about it. Because I'm a student doing my studies, I have to submit projects. You say that like that. Because in future I'm going to be an entrepreneur, so I'm coming here and studying with you. If you say like that, no one will give you an opportunity. So you just say it's an internship, and I want to do projects on paints, or hardwares, or electricals, and something plumbing, whatever may be. You just go there, do an work for them daily. Be there for 3 to 4 hours, the maximum time that you can be there, and get a good knowledge of it. You should not go there and work for them for the whole time. Yes, if you are going there and if you are only working for them, they will keep you. Apart from working, you should gather some knowledge from it. So that's our ultimate goal. When we go somewhere, we should get their knowledge. What are the materials available? Surely it will be useful in one or the other way. In future, you may start your own industry from seeing that things, because after completing your studies, then you have to choose something. Then you have to go for work to 2 to 3 years. Then only you will get a good knowledge about it. So if you start doing that nowadays, if it is useful for you in future, it is a great experience. Or else, just enjoy. You can say in future that I worked here, so I had some knowledge about it. You can say some advice to your friends who is going to start the business. So it will be greatly useful to you. Join an internship wherever you get a chance related to your field. If you are willing to move into your field, you please gather a knowledge about it and discuss about it with your friends when and wherever it is possible. Then, practical things. Study knowledge is okay. We need study knowledge. We bookish knowledge. Everything is important. Practical knowledge. Go to your lab. Ask many doubts to your staffs. Google it, YouTube it, because all the doubts can be cleared through Google and YouTube, right? Our staffs will guide us. Every time we cannot go and ask for help. So sometimes we can Google and YouTube all the simple things that we need. So utility of lab is the ultimate thing that we need during college times. So using of lab in an active manner will help you surely. Just a second. Will help you surely. So grab every opportunity that you have. Make a note of new things that you learn. Use your lab effectively, and all our eminent staff from JIT, please go and speak with them. You do not hesitate to speak with anyone. You just go and speak with them. Every faculty will have a uniqueness in any of the subject. See that subject, gather their full knowledge in that subject, and you make use of it. That's what I'm saying. Because every staff will be unique in something, right? So we should use that. Then ambience, our college ambience is really good. Then make use of the sports. Sports should be a part of life, right? Because we gather contacts when we go to sports. Because I used to play shuttle. When I go to shuttle indoor court, I get many friends over there, and I get myself introduced as a civil engineer, a contractor. So I get contacts from there. So you want to make that you are doing a business or a job in a particular aspect to as many as people that you come in contact. That will surely help you to make a business. So when I share those contacts, I got out of these 20 projects, 2 projects was done by my sports. So develop a sports skill. It is really fit for a body and mind. It gives you a peace of mind. And then when you come out, it will surely, the sports activity that you are doing daily will surely help you in one or the other way. You'll get good contacts through that. Living healthy, next point is living healthy is the new wealth. So whatever profession we choose, whatever way we go, don't stress it out. Okay, we plan, we do everything. If it is for us, it will come to us. Okay, so we do not stress for anything too much, because stressing will do nothing to you. It will just damage your body parts. And when you are after you are relieved from that stress and you are going through a way, in that time, the stress you had before 10 years will come to us as some problem in our body. So don't stress anything. There is nothing to stress in our life. Be free, find solutions for every problem, mingle with many, so you will spend a lot of time in speaking, conversing, and gathering knowledge. So you should not have time to stress yourself. So that's what I said. When you have ample of time, go somewhere to a job. Okay, not a job. Go somewhere to an internship. If you get a job, that's fine. Go to an internship. Attend, see whatever the knowledge you can gather. So when you start, idle mind is a devil. So when you're gathering knowledge, you will be free and you will be able to occupy your mind in some matter. So when you're idle, it's a devil. Okay, when you mainly this thing happens when we complete our course and we are idle. Oh, he's going to job, he's going to job. I am idle now. So that time we will get a lot of stress and something like that. So we should all avoid that part and go somewhere, join somewhere. Always keep us engaged. So in civil, we have now I said nearly 60 to 70 people we need to do our job. So everyone in 60 to 70 jobs, at least any one job will suit you, right? If you want to become an entrepreneur in civil, in 60 to 70 jobs, any one will suit you. So that you can choose and you can perceive in that. Next is make reading a habit. Read good things that you can, because I cannot read many books. In a year, I will say a small book or a large book. In a year, I will read a book. That's it I will do. But I take a page or a half page, I read for some time, maybe 1 or 2 days. In a year, I read a book. That is my policy. Many read 2 to 3 books in a month itself. So reading is a good habit, but the span of reading, it depends on you. Then next is choosing your clients, choosing your jobs, choosing a partner, life partner, everything is really important. Because when I see a happy face, an energetic person, I feel like working with them. So I choose that kind of people. A happy face, energetic people, who, they will be having more knowledge. So choose that kind of people. I'm saying for business and other activities, because friends are a part. Okay, friends are everyone that we have close to our heart are friends. We cannot choose friends by this type. Okay, to be in contact, to be in business, choose your clients, your partners, everyone wisely. And before entering into the next topic, all engineers, please make your marriage before 28. That will be a great thing for you. Don't think that I'm not married. I'm happily married. Next, we'll go into some inspiring personalities. Smart workers. Now, we cannot say hard work is the only thing towards success or richness, because it's a state of mind where you think that working hard only will give you success, but it's not like that. Smart workers have succeeded in great ratios. So, for example, I can say Sriharsha Majeti. We all know Swiggy, right? He is the CEO of Swiggy. He is an youngster. He has achieved through smart work. One famous person that I forgot his name. He said, when you're sleeping, money should be earned by you. Even when you're asleep, some money should be earned by you. So
that's by Warren Buffett.
Sir, excuse me.
Warren Buffett.
Sorry, Warren Buffett. So you should make money while you're sleeping. That's a new trend. So that's if you work hard, yeah, it's fine. If you work, you should work hard for some time. But smart work always inspires more and always gives a great success. Then Ritesh Agarwal, Oyo Rooms. He is also a youngster. He just started in 2012 or 13, I hope. And it's a great successful landing now. Next is Bhavish Agarwal, Ola Cabs. Just why I'm saying this is just you make a note of it and study about them, how they grew, where they studied, what things they made use of. You just look over it. For that purpose, I'm saying this. Then, nowadays, people who make things easier for people succeed. You can get my point, right? People who make things easier for people succeed. Nowadays, people do not want to put a lot of effort in a thing. So when you give a solution to them easily, they will celebrate you. So that's the thing going on here. They want smart and easy technologies to come to them. So this kind of people, smart workers, who see what is the people's requirement or what is the client's requirement, and they give them their requirements, are really successful nowadays. So you might have a greater thought when you approach a client, when you go for a job or whatever, wherever you go, you may have a vast knowledge. But what I am trying, give them what they need. So that's what we want to do first. So I have knowledge about that. I have knowledge about that. So I want to implement everything. I want to do everything. That's secondary. You just give them your ideas. If they are fine, you can do anything. But if they ask for only for their need, give them that. That's enough for them. Next is C.K. Kumaravel. He's a Tamilian. And I don't know how many of you have heard about him. Natural Salon. You know Natural Salon, right? It's everywhere in Coimbatore, Tirupur, all over in Tamil Nadu. He had more than 200 to 300 branches, I hope. C.K. Kumaravel. He's a good speaker, very inspirational speaker. So whenever you get a chance, you just hear to his speeches. Okay, if you want to get an inspiration about entrepreneurship, you hear his speeches. Going to job is always perfect. I'm not saying anything about it, but becoming an entrepreneur is always blissful. So yes, there are many ups and downs while becoming an entrepreneur. You face many ups and downs. At a point of time, life will take you down to earth in some times. But going to job is somewhat a steady one, but it is also very stressful than doing a business. So how to convert that stressful work into peaceful thing depends upon us. So choose what gives you peacefulness, work on it. That's a really important thing. Next is Falguni Nair, nearby state woman, Kerala. She is the founder of Nykaa. I think all the girls who are doing makeup will know about Nykaa products. Because she was into 20 years of investment banker in Kotak Mahindra Bank. After 20 years, she came out with her own idea and started her cosmetics and wellness products named Nykaa. It is it is one of the India's most good-selling products, and she have come out with. So now I gave an example from Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Another example, let me give to you. A girl completed BA, MA, and she was in home. What she thought is using of soaps. Somewhere she heard that the using of soaps is some injurious to skin, because maximum in all of the soaps they use fatty acids. Fatty acid blocks the whole pores in our skin. So she thought of doing her own soap, and what she did is she searched for everything, and she find out coconut oil is the best thing for skin. So from coconut oil, she started doing soaps, and her family members were using that. After a point of time, she had an idea: why cannot I promote it? Why cannot I sell it? Why cannot I sell my product to everyone? Because many uh, Sumar products, we say, okay, somewhat okay products come into the industry. We are doing a good product, an organic product. So why cannot we sell it? She had an idea. Then she decided to start a company and asked for investment from her parents. And yes, they gave her a support, mainly siblings. If you are a brother or a sister or a cousin to anyone, please give your support when you are financially stable, not only in financial way, in your giving your knowledge, everything. So she got financial support, and she started her own company. That name is Foam Garden Handmaids. And now it has been 2 years, and she's successfully doing it through online. It is available in Insta, and she is my own sibling, my sister Sangeeta. She's doing Foam Garden Handmaids. So why I'm saying this is, whenever you get a chance to promote something, to market something, you should do it. Okay. So apart from me, you know me, right? I'm the CEO of Green Cube Infra Developers, and I have a sister doing Foam Garden Handmaids own business of soaps, organic products. So like this, if you every opportunity and idea comes from us only, we'll be doing something. Suddenly we'll have idea of doing it or promoting it or taking a franchise of it and doing it. So you should be into many things. That will be a good thing for you. Next is some people have that say that I have my father's business, so I'll be doing that or this. I want to pursue a engineering course, so I came for it. Yeah, that's really good, no problem. Ask for guidance from your staffs. Uh, in North, every children go and work with their father from their childhood. But here, you go and enjoy yourself. You come after 20 or 24, then you can join me like that. Our parents, some parents are saying, but don't do that. If you have really good parents having a good platform, if you feel like traveling in that platform, you make use of it from now itself. Okay, don't delay the time. So gathering knowledge of your own business will take 3 to 4 years. So go into it from now. When you come out, you will be a successful person in that part. So everything that we learn now will be useful at some point of time. Next is knowing what one wants is the first step and most important thing that will lead us to success and keep us persistent in the industry. Self-reliability, organized plan. Have an organized plan to do any work. Okay, if we want to do if we want to manufacture a car, we should have an organized plan. For example, Ratan Tata, Nano, you know about Nano car, right? When Nano car came, the market was all the use on the market was too high for Tata. So how did he make that? First, he wanted to design an economical car for our Indian people. So he asked to design. He wanted an organized plan for that product. So he asked many companies to do. They were asking about nearly 700 to 800 millions for creating a design. But he don't wanted that. He just gave it to his own employee, an Indian. First he inquired to all the other countries, then he gave a opportunity to his own Indian to do the job. It nearly took only 100 millions, it seems. So he has cut down the price from 8 times to 1 time. So then he did a great job for a year. They were doing all the researches and how can they come with a smart product. Whenever they felt, they said it is impossible, we cannot create a similar design like that. He said, stay with the plan. You just stay with the plan. Whatever the time it may take, if we stay with the plan, it will make everything possible for us. Mechanical students may hear about Henry Ford, the CEO of Ford. Similarly, he discovered an 8-cylindrical some piston engine. Okay, that engine, many of his employees said it is impossible. He tried for 2 to 3 years, and he finally made a great success in it. He also used the same word: stay with the plan. So when we stay with the plan, keep focused on it, and our state of mind is really good. This is the thing I want to go. This is the thing I want to achieve. Surely it will be possible, and you can achieve it a day. And another civil engineers, mainly civil engineers, should know about Laurie Becker. Many would have heard about him. Laurie Becker is really good in inspiring youngsters, civil engineers, doing eco-friendly constructions. Eco-friendly is nothing that we use our traditional own products, which is good to us and to the society. So concentrate in eco-friendly products, because nowadays I'm for the past 1 year I'm concentrating in eco-friendly homes, where I use mud interlock blocks, Porotham blocks, Kerala laterite stone. So get the new ideas, new ideology, new inventions that are coming into the market. So have a good knowledge about them. Speak with your friends. So Agnes ma'am, she's my civil department ma'am, and she first inquired me, asked me to come and give a speech. And now I am requesting Agnes ma'am and all the staffs of JIT to give the new technologies, what is coming into industry. You can just inquire with your alumni ma'am. They will give an idea of all the new technologies or the eco-friendly types, what are coming into it. In a week, you just give a 10-minute session about the new technologies or a thing that is coming newly into market, or some eco-friendly things that is good for our society, that is good for our country. So you educate them with that knowledge also, ma'am. So that's my request, and sure our staff will be doing that for you. The next is about Edison, Thomas Alva Edison, right? We all know about Edison. And Barner. Barner is a guy who wants to join Edison to his project, but he had no money for it. But he had a clear vision of joining Edison. And in the later times, he joined Edison and started working with him. At that time, Edison found out a machine which none of his workers were coming up to market the machine. They were saying, I will go with this, I will go with that, but I don't want to market this. At that time, Barner stood up. He's a guy who stood up and he said, I will market everything. So he started marketing, and the business grew very well. And that product reached many people. And later he became the distributor of that product worldwide. So Edison gave him an additional credit by mentioning the machine made by Edison, installed by Barner. So why I'm saying this example is, if you want to go to a job, so entrepreneurship, we are speaking about entrepreneurship this much time. When you want to go to a job, now you have a vision, right? I want to join a bank or something, wherever you want to join a job. Closely get associated in your job, not with the company. I'm saying in your job. Closely get associated in your job, and do a clean job. That's what I'm saying. See, when you're true to yourself and you're doing a clean job, surely success will come to you, or some recognition will come to you at a point. Okay, because Edison gave a recognition to him by saying that installed by Barner, by giving a word, installed by Barner in every machine. So that is a recognition. So when we do a clean job, surely we will get a recognition. And next thing is, don't stop in the first step. When you have a clear state of mind to do something, you should start doing it clearly. You will face many barricades in the first stage and second stage. So if you cross the first and second stage, you will surely reach success. Many, I have seen many, nearly 60 to 70% entering into entrepreneurship will stop at 60 to 70%, and they will move on to next business or do something else. What I'm saying is, தெரியாத தொழிலை தொட்டவனும் கேட்டான், தெரிஞ்ச தொழிலை விட்டவனும் கேட்டான். That means in what you have a good knowledge, please go through it. Go ahead for it. Okay. In which you do not have a knowledge, do not touch it. First you gather knowledge about it, then you can go in it. This applies for everything. Okay. This includes if you want to see a girl, that also this point comes. Okay. The next is 3 feet from gold. One guy, Darby, his name is Darby. These are all real examples I'm saying to you. One guy, Darby, he started mining business and he went for gold. And at a point of time, he stopped his mining. He thought that there is no gold beyond this point. So he stopped at that point and he gave that land to a junk man. You know what is junk man? The old things you get, right? Junk man. So he sold that land to a junk man and he went off from there. Every junk man's, he's saying that every junk man's are dumb. But where I gave my land, that junk man was a brilliant guy and he called a mining engineer. Okay. So he called a mining engineer. So there also comes an engineer. Okay. He called a mining engineer and he asked for his help. And he said, just beyond 3 feet from this point, you will have a lot of gold. And then he mined that, he became rich. That is a different story. This Darby did not stop. A big mine left from his hand, but he did not stop there. He did insurance. Here we have life insurance, right? So he did insurance policies. Whenever he faced a man by saying no, because many clients and others will say no at a point. You have to convince them. So whenever a man says no, he will think, I stopped 3 feet from gold, but I will never stop because man says no. Okay, so if a man says no, I'm saying for marketing kind of thing, if a man says no, you should not stop there. So he did improve his business quality. He did everything great. And he did nearly million euros or whatever policies. And he became one of the greatest guy in that job he took. So whatever profession we are into, whatever loss we face, we should move on. We should take our next step and we will surely succeed at a point of time. Just a second. Then last point I want to say is be success conscious always. Okay, don't go into failure conscious. Whatever you start, whenever you write an exam, we will fail in it. Don't think like that. Okay, we will pass. We will pass at least in bottom. That's not an issue. So passing is not an issue. You keep that in your mind. Okay, so we should always be in success conscious, not in failure conscious. And go out whenever you get a chance to go to other colleges for some events. Try to go out, try to be in sports, try to communicate with all your staffs and get their knowledge as much as possible. And if you want to be an entrepreneur from now, you start on going to the nearby shops and going to internships in whichever field you can go. Be in contact with your friends, create close friends, have a happy face, have a happy life. And that's the end of my conversation, sir. Anything else to discuss?
That was a good session, Sanjeev.
Thank you, sir.
And I was also really enjoying
Okay.
as a student of you.
Everyone here are students, sir.
It was really entertaining. And the few key points you touch upon as an entrepreneur, see the entrepreneur's perspective about college life as well as the society life is different.
Yes, sir.
Few people see the world differently. So the students have posed few questions.
Sure, sir.
So we will take few questions. Okay, how important is Hindi for a civil engineer?
Hindi is really important for a civil engineer because we have more Hindi laborers. See, sir, that's what I said. We always have 10 to 12 subcontractors in our job, right? Fixing a door, fixing a light, electricians, plumbers, carpenters. We have to face many peoples in my industry. Likewise, it's the same. Likewise, it's the same for all industry purpose. So, if we have 12 subcontractors, at least we will have 5 Hindi balas. Okay, so we should know to converse with them at least by basics. So Hindi is really important. I'll always say try to learn Hindi. It will be useful for you. See, if you want to take a material, if you want to buy tiles bulkly, you should know to communicate in Hindi to Gujaratis, so that you can get tiles bulkly from them. So knowing Hindi is really a good thing. Apart from politics, what I try to say is Hindi is another language, so learn it. It will be useful for you.
Okay, Sanjeev. And one more question. You got campus placement in JIT and joined URC. What are the difficulties that you face while you join as a fresher?
Hindi is the main difficulty that I faced because a company like URC, it is nationwide. So they have nearly 500 to 600 workers, Hindi workers. Only they have Hindi workers. They don't hire Tamil workers. So 600 to 700 workers in a project. So we should know to communicate with them in Hindi to some extent. First, I struggled for 2 to 3 months. Then they will give you a book. 60 நாளில் ஹிந்தி படிப்பது எப்படி, like that. They will give you a book, small book, so you can go through that. You can now develop your knowledge. Then food, everything. When we go to a different ambience, it will be difficult for us for some time, sir. But we can make good accompany, good friends over there, and we can accommodate them. That is not an issue.
Okay, Sanjay. Then how do you think will be the future for civil engineers?
Future for civil engineers is always good, sir, because just a second. If a building is constructed, that building life would be around 30 to 40 years. Okay, then it has to be demolished and reconstructed. So nowadays we see many buildings. All the villages are developed into cities, and we see is fully a concrete village, right? So that concrete village should be demolished or reconstructed or renovated by a civil engineer. So a scope for civil engineer is always good. And I already said, only constructing is not a job of a civil engineer. You can put a job. I already said there are 60 to 70 materials, more than 60 materials required for constructing a home. So you can keep a company of any material around for civil that is required for civil. So that's also a civil engineering aspect. So the clients will be satisfied when you say, I have completed civil engineer and I'm selling these pipes, so I know more about it. When you say like that, they will be happily ready to buy it. So you should have a knowledge of it. So scope for civil engineer never fades, sir. Sir, I can't hear you. I think you are in mute.
Yeah. I've unmuted. Thank you. So when you visit a place and once you saw the buildings, roads being developed, then only you say that the place has been developed.
Yes.
Only when the infrastructure develops, the development is being acknowledged by the people. So
Yes, sir. That's sure.
there will be never-ending opportunities for civil engineers.
Yes. Not only for civil engineers, sir, for also all other engineers.
Yeah. Okay. So one more question we'll take up. We welcome Dinesh also for the next session. One more question, if you allow me, Sanjeev.
Sir, sure. That's my pleasure.
Right. How to approach a bank for funds? Is it that difficult to get the funds from banks to run a project?
No, sir. It's not that difficult to run a project. Sir, nowadays, what I'm saying is, when we go for a nationalized bank, we get some difficulties there. For example, if I say I go and say in an SBI bank, I'm doing promoting. I'm a promoter and I want to do projects and I ask for fund. It is something difficult for me to ask with them, to communicate with them, and get help from them. But there are many private banks that are emerging nowadays. So those banks are volunteered, really ready to come and help you. So you just give a phone call to them. They come to your company. They get all your details. They do everything. What is that is the rate of interest will be slightly high. So you keep on doing your business with them for 3 to 4 years or 5 years. Then you can move that total business to, you can show that history of work and you can move it to the nationalized banks where you get low interest. So starting or getting a loan is not that much tough. You can get easily nowadays because many banks are into the field. So you can get it easily or with some work, and it is not a big issue, sir. You can then move it to nationalized bank. That's not a big issue.
Okay, Sanjeev. So I really thank you for accepting our invitation, motivating your juniors, and I could see a lot of important traits as a businessman. You developed yourself with a lot of important personalities, and you touch upon the points like dress code. It is very important. So if you want to be a positive personality, your outlook should be very good. That point is to the students, because most of the students, they don't care about their dressing these days. They just come out whatever it is available. But you have to dress like as if your birthday every day. So that itself spreads the positivity. And you have also mentioned your professor's name, Ms. Shanti ma'am, who motivated you with that smiling face always. So those kind of things, the students must take it forward. The dress codes and the attitude that you showed that. So if you have the guts and if you have a clear vision, you must go for entrepreneurship. And that could visibly see from your speech also. Okay, as a student, see the transformation into an entrepreneur now as a very bold personality. You are a living role model to all your juniors. So we look forward to your continuous support to your juniors. So whenever the time permits, so we will arrange this kind of connectivity programs. I hope the next sessions will happen in physical mode rather than in online mode, so that you can interact with the students eye to eye, face to face. So that will be more.
Many of my friends have done that already. I come to know that many of my friends have done that already.
Yes, sir. Yes. So we always welcome you to the institution and to interact with your juniors. And I thank you from my bottom of my heart for spending your 1 hour with your juniors and their parents. Thank you so much, Sanjeev. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Okay. So now we are moving to the next part of the session. Mr. Dinesh has joined our session. Dinesh?
Hello, sir. Are you able to see me?
Yeah. Yeah, you look smart with all those heads.
Thank you.
Okay. So shall we start the session? Are you comfortable now?
Yep. If you are ready, we are good. Yeah.
Okay, we will go to the second session. Second session is by Mr. Dinesh Kumar. He is our alumni who did his BE in Computer Science and Engineering from 2013 to 2017. And he joined us. He developed our college management system also. That is one of his credentials. Now currently pursuing his Master of Science in Management Engineering at Politecnico di Milano, Italy, and we must. I think the whole Italy is very happy with the winning of Europe 2020. The whole country is celebrating, and he's also there celebrating the success of the football club over there. He has more than 2 years of industrial experience as a developer and currently pursuing his second year master's in engineering. And during his third year of study in his bachelor's, that is at Janssens, he was asked to create a college management system, that is a web application, which is currently being used in our college. So that is one of his great credentials. He developed the CMS for our institution. And due to his flexibility and fast learning skills, he was made to work in different domains with different coding languages. So he has received many awards and for one of the best codes in the company, the static code analyzer tool, a tool that is used internally in the company to validate the code developed by other developers in the company to be a sufficient client deliverable code. So with very few of his credentials, he has also worked with IBM as a business process management workflow tool from January 2017 to November 2017. I hope he will elaborate his own project because there's a lot of technical things. Even I'm looking the biodata itself is very, very different. I hope Dinesh, you should show your resume also to your juniors because it looks very different. You made a chart of your skills, professional and personal. It looks beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I want you to share that one also to your juniors so that they can follow that and they will also develop such kind of resumes, instead of just giving the data.
Yeah, for sure. That won't be an issue.
Yeah. So just few words about Dinesh. The session is open to you. You can take it forward.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. So can I just share my screen? So just
I will check.
Yep. If you're able to see my screen, we are good to go.
No, it is getting shared now. Yeah. Right.
Hi, hello everyone. And thanks a lot, sir, for this introduction about me. I guess you guys. Just a sec. I'm not able to just. Okay. And are able to see my screen moving forward and backward?
Yeah.
Okay. Then
there will be 1 or 2 second delay.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Thank you. I guess you guys already got to know who I am and what I'm currently doing through the introduction what Sir gave. So I'll just move on to the slides directly. I have provided not many, but some inspirational speeches, but not to my juniors actually. So this might be quite interesting, and also I can relate easily with my own experience at Janssens. So I guess there will be just 4 categories of people who have taken engineering as your study, like who really have a passion towards engineering, the ones who took engineering as just a study and who took it due to the force by their parents or relatives, and last the ones who took biology group and moved on to engineering. I told you just 4 categories, right? But still, whatever cases we take into account, there would always be a category we would have not imagined. So we categorize them as others. So let's also add them as well. So whatever category you may have come from, but now at last you have come under the category, the engineers. I'll give you a glance towards the career path and the higher studies for sure, but my speech today is largely going to focus on the 4 years of your study you're going to have, which is really the basement of these 2. Because these 4 years you will never get in your life when you come under the so-called circle called the commitment. I have split these 4 years of his study into three phases, the starting phase, the enhancement phase, and the ending phase. So the starting phase, what you should be doing in this phase? You should really need to set your goal, not like your goal to become an engineer, study hard, so on and so forth. But even if you want to become a musician or a sportsman or anything you like to do, set your goal first. This should actually done before the end of the first year. You should set the goal and must be clear about it. The second one, which I'm going to say, has already been told by my friend Mahesh, who spoke to you yesterday. Choose your friend wisely. To be honest, the person who I am today is really because of my friends. Now, as you know, I worked as a developer and currently freelancer, so on and so forth. But during my first year of study, I didn't even know what an URL is. Oh, sorry, I did not tell you how I landed into computer science, right? It's actually a funny story. Every parent would force their children to take engineering, but my parents forced me to take commerce because everyone from my family was from the commerce background. Why I took computer science was I did not have computer in my house, and none of my parents were owning a smartphone. So my curiosity towards knowing about technology pushed me to take computer science as my field of study. My close friend named Murugesh was the one who taught me everything I needed to know the basics about computers and how to handle it, which made me come out of the tough times I had with the computers and handle them in a better way. So coming into business, the friend, um, the friends are the friends whom you are with must be the one who not only grows but also helps you to grow with him, or you must be the one who helps your friend to grow with you. Friendship is an instant stuff. We can't predict who might be our friend and how he will be and create the bonding. It's just a spark, but growing with him or making him grow with you or just diminishing is all up to you. These are the two stuffs you need to focus towards during the starting phase. So now we move on to the enhancing phase. This is really the important stage where you can improve and where you can prove. And this is the phase where you really need to build up yourself. The first thing I suggest you is that believe in yourself. You should always be the one to say either you can do it or not, and not the others. You should always think to be an example to others. Plan the steps to reach the goal. Try to do as much as groundwork required to reach your goal and work as much as hard you can to achieve it. If something doesn't go according to your plan and you feel that you will not reach to your goal, and if you follow this path, then if you're not able to reach the goal, then change the path or the plan what you have made to reach the goal, but not the goal. Goals must always be constant, and the path you take or the plan you made may change based on the choices you make. Then next stuff is the personality development. This is the main stuff you need to focus on compared to all the ones you're going to do. Building your personality makes you reshape yourself and also helps you to know the path to achieve your goal. Communication is the main key to building up your personality. Try to communicate whatever you want to tell to someone. This must start from classroom. If you're willing to get answers to your questions, just ask, even if it is silly. It must be useful to you and not to just crack a joke. The question you ask lands you to either of the two. Either you will get to know the answer for your question or you will get to know the right question to ask. If you're confident enough towards something, it is better to ask and get clarified rather than being idle and not asking it. Do as much as paper presentations as you could to make yourself come out of the fear of communicating. Go to workshops to build up your skill set and also get to know in depth about whatever you really need to know. Enjoying the moment is important, but building the moment is also much more important. If you want, you can even verify it with professors in the college. Me and my friends were the ones who went on with most number of on duties. We used to attend paper presentations, workshops, hackathons, and stuff, whatever we could, which helped us to increase our skill set a lot, and also helped us to know what the market really is. I guess you might remember what Mahesh, one of my friend who spoke to yesterday, said. We always plan our enjoyment in accordance with the curriculum. Mostly, if you want to go somewhere as a trip, we try to find hackathons or paper presentations in that region, or make the place where we go for the hackathons or paper presentation as a trip, and try as much as we could to win the competition, to get the cash prize so that we can spend it in our trip. So, like, whatever you do, you must be having benefit out of it. We enhanced our curriculum, but still we enjoyed it a lot. Schedule your activities and gain the trust of your professors. I would like to also share with you this information as well. Like, I was not only interested in the curriculum activities, but also in extracurricular activities as well. I was into sports and also into music. And among the entire college students, I was the only one who was having the maximum number of on duties, as far as I remember. I rarely attend the classes. You will ask, why did not the professors interrupt with that and stop me taking so many on duties? So why did they let me do so? Only thing is that I gained their confidence. I gave them the confidence that I would clear all the subjects even if I don't attend the classes, and I'll also told them that if I fail to give that confidence, I would reduce my extracurricular activities. But I kept my word. I somehow managed to clear all the subjects without any history of arrears, and this helped me to follow my passion and interest towards what I really need to do. Even I was supposed by my parents initially to not to concentrate on the extracurricular activities and to concentrate on my studies, and still I proved them that I can balance them both. So the confidence you give to others always matters, and also helps you to carry on with your path towards your goal without any barrier. My schedule was so simple. Morning I used to go to the ground for practice. I was one of the players of the college ball badminton team, so I used to practice a lot for the matches. Weekly twice in the evening, I used to go to the music club to practice songs. And but rest of the time I concentrated on coding and enhancing my skills towards it, which was my passion. I never let my interests or hobbies get in the way of my passion. I scheduled myself so that I can balance them all. Next one is leave it and move on. Initially, I used to worry about a lot of things, about everything, my career, my family situation, my situation. My friend, this was also helped by my friend. My friend Murikesh said, like, life is always easy. And if something bad or unwanted happens, and if you can change it, think about it, what can be done to change it? And if you cannot change it, accept it and move on. To be honest, it might sound silly. Even, even I thought it was a silly thing what he said. Even I thought it is easy to say, but the real pain can be felt only when he comes into the same situation. Even though I thought the same, I still tried what he told. This made me positive. I stopped worrying about the situation and started to think how it can be changed or just to move on. The perspective of me looking towards an adverse situation completely changed. Once I started doing it, so many expectation towards positive outcomes reduced, and I started to accept whatever the outcome may be. But still, I was satisfied that I tried to do something, even which it gave me negative results as well. But all that happened, I started to take it as an experience, not as a barrier or some other stuff. Accept to say that you don't know. If you pretend to know something, then till the end, you will just be in the situation not knowing it at all. When you accept, you will get to know that what you really need to know. Until I started to work, I never said I don't know. To be honest, I never say I don't know. I would always say that I know, even if I don't know, but still I managed to gather information about the stuffs, what it was asked to me initially. But one of my managers from a company to whom I was reporting directly got to know that and gave me this advice. I understand that you find answers, but still accepting that you don't know will not create a bad impression to any one of us. But if you say you know, and when you come to a situation where you do not show the outcome, only when you will get into real trouble. Since then, I start accepting that if I don't know, I don't know. Never do this during your written exam or oral exam and blame me that I have told you to do so. You should be prepared for that. Never say your goal, but show the outcome. You can say you need to achieve this or that, but at last, what really matters is the outcome. The outcome may be positive or negative, but still, you have done it. You can really argue only when you have done it. Until then, everyone will see you just as a fool with some foolish ideas. The quote which I'm going to show next is my favorite, one of my favorite quotes from the movie Kung Fu Panda, where Wu Wei says it to Kai. Maybe most of you must have watched it. The more you take, the less you have. This does mean something. Always stick to a particular passion or goal. Once achieved, move to the other. Never have multiple goals as passion, and at the end of the day, you'll be left with nothing. Just stick to a passion and work as hard as you can to achieve that passion alone. Real learning starts only when you implement it. Enhancing your skill set through learning is always important, but until and unless you implement it in the real time, you will not get to know if the stuff you have learned is worth it or not, or you can really get an outcome out of it or not. Implementing also plays a major role in your enhancement of your skill set. These were some of the stuff I did follow during my enhancement phase in the college. Last is the ending phase. So, what will be the outcome if we do well in our enhancement phase? I'll just say what my outcome was. Being so, I got an opportunity to create the entire college management system as our HOD told before, which is being used in our college. And I also got an opportunity to attend an internship in the company named Lucy Technologies and Solutions during my third year of study, where I was working for 2 years, and I also got placed there as well by the end of my third year. I was also happy that I was the first person to get placed in my entire batch as well. So if the base, what you are working on, that you're building is strong, in your enhancement phase, the ending phase will always be positive, will for sure be positive. I guess if you remember Mahesh, who was talking about the four types of people yesterday, the people who needs to know what engineering really is. Second, like people who really land into a career well playing or well recognized job and so on. People who are willing to become entrepreneurs, and people who want to study abroad. Actually, I was in all these. Even Mahesh was as well. I shared my experience initially with the first two types of people where they need to, I mean, people who really know what engineering really is, and people who need to land into a career, well paying and well recognized job and so on. Now, the third, people who want to become entrepreneurs. Initially, I said friendship must make everyone grow together, right? Our friends, we all together had an idea of creating a startup during our second year of study. But we knew that we need a better skill set to achieve it. We were all together, actually 9 members together. We split among ourselves the technology to learn. Like two of us decided to learn Android application development. Two of them decided to learn web designing. One of them decided to get specialized in artificial intelligence and robotics. Two were put into networking, and one was taking care of the UI designing part, and one was taking care of the management part. So the responsibilities towards our goal were split among ourselves. what it can be done, we initially enhanced ourselves to step into that goal. This is how our entrepreneurial journey began, by enhancing our skill set. Once everyone got placed in different companies, we were moved to Chennai during our work time, and we did start a company. We did start a startup way back in Chennai. Currently, it is in a pass because we got to know that we need more skill set in the managerial perspective. We were good enough in the technological perspective, but we were lagging some stuffs in the managerial perspective, and it will be sooner resumed or later. Moving on to the people who want to study abroad. Most of the people who study abroad say that they had a dream to do so, but for me, it was just a week's decision. You will believe it or not, I'll let you know why I decided to do so. I told you, right, I worked as a developer in Lucid for 2 years. During most of my projects, even though I had good communication skills, there was some miscommunication with the developers and the management. The perspective and the mindset of the management people was a bit different from ours. This drove me crazy. That was the time when Mahesh, one of my friend who spoke to yesterday, got his seat for master's degree in Cage University, France. I just shared the situation I was going through, and I just asked him, will I be able to study the master's in management in any of the universities abroad? He knew my family situation, that I will not be able to spend money for my higher studies. And he was the one who suggested the college which I'm studying now, Politecnico di Milano, which is studying now. And also he let me know about the Italian government paying scholarship for the students. I just gave it a try of applying it, and at last here I'm pursuing my master's in management degree. I just wanted to say this during my enhancement phase, while I was saying enhancement phase, but wanted to relate it. So I'm saying it now. The skill set, the skill development, or the skill set, what you have developed, it is necessary. But there are some of the skill set where which help you indirectly, which will not help you directly, but there will be some connections which will help you directly. Though my goal is to become a software developer or something, I need to go into this technological field. I was lagging behind in the managerial perspective. I was not able to get the mindset of the managerial people. So I wanted to know how they think, so that once, even though I go land, in the future I land into technological perspective, technological stuff, I can deliver the stuff from the perspective of the managerial, from the and I would also like to share some details which I knew related to the scholarship which I was talking about initially, provided by the Italian government. Actually, there is a scholarship named DSU, which provides you with the entire tuition fee deduction, and also provides you money for accommodation and food as well. The criteria of sustaining it might differ based on different universities. I'll just share you how my university, where I'm studying right now, provides the scholarship. Initially, the scholarship during the start of your curriculum, the scholarship to the students will be provided based on the parents' entire annual income. If the entire family annual income must be less than 15,000 euros. In order to avail the scholarship for the subsequent year, like initially the scholarship will be given for the student if the family income is less than 15,000 euros. And once you get into the college and you start studying, when you go to the subsequent year of study, that is the next year of study or next semester, it differs based on the intake where you come from. So there are two different intakes, the September intake and the February intake. If you are from the September intake, you can secure a maximum of 72 credits. Like the subjects here are based on the credits, like whatever marks you score. If you pass in that exam, you will get the credit which is allocated to that subject, to that particular subject. Like, for example, if a particular subject has 5 credits, and if you pass in that subject, the entire 5 credits will be given to you. The marks or the pass mark or the examination criteria might change based on the subjects as well. So once, the maximum credit, like maximum subjects to avail the maximum credit, like it is 72 credits, and only those threshold you can take. And the minimum credit you need to achieve to avail the scholarship is 35. So for the entire year, you can take 72. From that, half of it, you should show it to the college that you are worthy enough to avail the scholarship. And but if you are from a February intake, the maximum number of credits you can avail is 40, and out of it you need to take 20. It's quite hectic, I know, but still this is the situation what is going on right now. Like, what will happen if you fail to secure the minimum required credits? This is where the complication arises. If you are failing to secure the minimum number of credits, you need to pay back the entire scholarship amount received, and you need to pay back the fees. The criteria to avail scholarship can be different between different universities, but the scholarship is not provided by the university but the government. So some way or the other, you should manage to clear the subjects, and you should just secure the threshold credit what they are requiring, because they are providing money for you to study. Like, they are providing money for accommodation, even food. So if you do not show that you are worthy enough, then they will for sure make you pay for that. And thank you. Thanks everyone for listening to my presentation. Thank you all. So if you have any queries or any questions, you can ask me. Yeah.
Thank you, Dinesh. It was short and sweet.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
And I can very well see that you touch upon the point, like choose your friends wisely.
Yeah.
And you did it. And I could see that yesterday you attending the session of Mahesh. And
Yeah.
today Mahesh is attending your session.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that coming.
He's
Okay. Okay.
So that itself tells that how mutually each other support yourself, and you also told that he has supported you in
Yes.
coming to Italy as well. So that is if you choose the friends wisely, definitely your success path is already laid.
Yeah, for sure.
So one important takeaway in this webinar session, you have live demonstrated it, not just by words. Both of you, yesterday you came for this session and today he is present for your session. That is really, really good. And another point you told was like, ask. That is the most powerful word in English. Until unless you ask for something, you are not going to get it.
Yeah, for sure.
The problem with these days students are that they never ask anything to their teachers. If they have any in their minds, they won't ask. They won't open up. So you have to open up, and it is a very powerful word. And another important thing is you being placed in UC Technologies and understanding there is a communication gap, and you want to take up a managerial degree. That is quite interesting. Within you have got that spark immediately.
Yeah.
You want to fill that gap so that the process will become smooth, and also in that process you will also get getting yourself growing in your career. That is very interesting. Very, very interesting to see that.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
And if you decode your resume, that is also, you have rated yourself your professional as well as personal skills in 5-point scale.
Yeah, okay. I'll just.
Yeah. So that will lighten our juniors.
Just a sec. I'm just searching. So maybe I'll just share my screen so that everyone can look into it. Yeah. I think everyone are able to see my screen right now.
Yeah, it's loading. Yeah, now we can see.
Actually, this is my resume. Actually, yeah.
You have rated yourself professional skills in 5-point scale.
Yeah.
Could you just explain it to your juniors?
It's like, yeah, okay. I just rated myself in 5-point scale. How is that? Like based on my experience, not from the company, from also as well from the college perspective as well. So I initially started my career as a web developer. So I started enhancing myself in the web developing field, and I started learning what are all the coding languages necessary which are related to web development alone initially, because that was the initial stuff which we promised to our friends to learn, so that we just enhance our skill set in a particular field. As I also told you in my speech, like stick to a plan and do it until you complete it. So we just stick to a certain plan and we just enhanced ourselves in that particular plan. So once I got placed into Lucid, I was like put into multiple technologies because I was strong. I mean, everyone might know knowing the pseudocode, not the coding, but the pseudocode. It's like um, cracking the logic and writing it in English, like normal English. The logic in a like a flowchart. So I was strong in that. So I was since I was strong in that, I was used as a better example to just try new different stuffs with different coding languages in my company. So I got to know multiple languages, and only then I got to know that I can easily shift to different languages because I was strong with the pseudocode part. So I just split myself in 5 scale, like which I know strongly, which I can really say that I can do it. I gave myself the groovy which I worked for the past 2 years in my company. I was strong enough to say that I can, if some of the future projects, where if it comes from the groovy part, I can really say that I can do it. So this is a scale which will make your uh, the question, the ones who are the interviewer who is going to interview you, this will make him understand how confident you are with your coding skill. That's why, like, instead of them asking us how confident are you with this domain or that domain, this flowchart will easily make them understand how confident I am. So that's why I use this web diagram for representing my skill set.
Okay, that's quite interesting. And how do you manage the language over there in Italy?
To be honest, here the curriculum is what I study is only in English. So while I came here, English was just enough. But to survive here, I should be knowing the language. Not only here, wherever, whichever part in the European Union you go, you need to know that language. Like to survive in the local, you need to know the language. Or they even my friend who is in France, Mahesh, who is in France, he learned French only. Then he went to there. But since my decision was instant, I was not having enough time to learn Italian. But once I came here, uh, I had chance to get get my learning started here. And currently, even my the university which I'm studying right now is also proposing also encouraging the students to learn Italian. Like they have indulged a rule right now, like only when you have a certain level of a B1 level of certification in Italian language, only then you can graduate from the college. So that criteria also, so they are also encouraging the students who are coming here to learn Italian, because once you complete your study wherever you are in the European Union, once you go into the real world, you need the language. Without the language, you cannot, whatever company you go, you cannot survive there. Without the language, they will not take you as a first priority. Like even if your skill set is way higher, the first priority they will give for their language. They respect their language actually. So they give the first priority to their language rather than they move on to your skill set.
Okay. Okay. So thank you, Dinesh.
Thanks so much, sir.
So much for accepting our invitation and
thanks a lot.
Your juniors, sharing your experience with them, and also correcting them. So at what time and what plan they have to do. Yesterday, you Mahesh, and today yourself, you clearly elaborated the plan for the success. Okay, to your guests. I thank you very much, and I thank Mr. Vivek also, who has contacted both of you and get your permissions. I know it's very difficult. You people are working abroad, and it's the very early morning, right? Even now it is early morning, right?
Yeah, actually it's 8 a.m.
Yeah. Had your breakfast? Not yet?
No, I have to. No, that's not an issue.
So that such kind of involvement that you people are showing towards the institution, it's really happening.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Motivating your juniors, and we already Mahesh has given his contact details. I hope we will share your contact details also to
yes.
Help them, and if possible, you pull them some of our students to Germany or Italy. So let them also enjoy that European culture and European climate, everything. So I'm very happy.
Yes.
I'm very happy, and on behalf of our management, principal sir, and on my own behalf, I thank Mr. Dinesh for accepting our invitation and delivering this motivational lecture. Thank you, Dinesh. And
thanks a lot, sir, for providing me this opportunity as well. Yeah.
So, and I also thank Mr. Sanjeev, who spoke in the first session, and he has shared a message with me saying that, sir, ask the students to read the book Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill. That is his suggestion to his juniors. So we have two different personalities. One is an entrepreneur, and one is studying about entrepreneurship, and technically is a coding engineer as well. So it's really different personalities handling the same session. It's different exposure to things. So once again, I thank both the guests, Mr. K. Sanjeev and Mr. Dinesh Kumar Sundararajan, for enlightening your juniors. Thank you so much. We'll catch you in the future webinars also. If possible, come down to India and come down to hometown, do visit the institution and do interact with your juniors.
Yes, for sure, sir. That would be my pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, sir. Yeah.